Today I was actually getting like a signal to sort of, like do a reading about messages that, we have, important messages that we need to receive at this time from Spirit. So the reading topic today is going to be messages for you from the beyond. Okay, so you may term that anything from spirit, from your spirit guides, from the universe, and etc. Okay, so what are the messages for you from the beyond? All right, so we have three piles in front of us, pile 1, 2, and 3. Pile 1 is the amethyst. Pile 2 is the green aventurine, and pile 3 is the clear quartz. Okay, so please pause your videos and pick your pile. So I was thinking of, like maybe putting on some music or something, but it's okay. So I hope the music is not too much of a disturbance. I really wanted to put that in because we're looking at something spiritual. Okay, so I hope you've chosen your piles, right? So let's start with pile 1. Okay, so pile 1 with the amethyst. What are the messages for you from the beyond? Trust your instincts. Just as natural gravity draws all rivers down to the sea, so you can trust your instincts to lead you to your goal now. Just follow your own flow. We have the Emperor card here. We have the 9 of Cups here. Okay. And then we have the Power of Purpose. This is actually a very straightforward pile, to be very frank. It's really nice, very positive. Okay, so let's see, what does this have to say? We have two number 9s here, so this is 1 near completion. Okay, you guys are looking for some sort of wish fulfillment here, is what I feel. Okay, like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cups, right? You want the biggest cup. All right, this is your wish fulfillment. You want it. I sense you're very close to it because we are seeing these two 9s here. Okay, but it's possible that there might have been some sort of rigidity that is set in when it comes to this purpose, when it comes to this wish. All right, yes, you do have the power of purpose. All right, you I sense that you have this dream, you have this purpose, but I think what's happening is that maybe you are stuck in some sort of a rut, is what I'm seeing. All right, now I am seeing with this Emperor card here, it's almost like You are probably used to certain creature comforts. Okay, you are probably in a stable position in life. You have all the health, wealth, all the necessary resources, but they are not making you happy. I mean, if you see this emperor, he looks kind of grim. I mean, he has all the power, the purpose, everything, in fact, so much abundance, and yet, there is a feeling of grimness. All right, they are asking you to follow your instinct. All right, trust your instincts. Just as natural gravity draws all rivers down to the sea, so you can trust your instincts to lead you to your goal. Just follow your flow. Okay, so you are here and you want to get here. All right, and you need to trust your instincts and not get stuck in this position. Okay, valuing your security, your stability, your power, your wealth, whatever it is. Okay, kind of, like, this is asking you to step into the unknown. All right, we can see here that this is a vast sea and you've just kind of started your journey, but there is light which is guiding you, right? This is your instinct. They're asking you to come out of this stagnant sort of position and take a leap of faith. All right, because there is something that you have that is on your mind. It is something big. I sense it's something maybe even out of ordinary, right? It might be something that you don't think that you could even get. Okay, so you are probably in these two minds that maybe I should just stick around and be happy with what I have. But life is never about stagnancy. Life is always about change, about growing, about seeking your dream further and further and further. We never stop learning as souls. We never stop wanting as souls. It's always, a pattern of growth over and over and over. Right? One lesson ends, the other one begins. And even if we don't look at lessons, you might think that you're satisfied with something at this point, but after you have got it, you will notice that you go on to something else. Okay, so I sense with this group, okay, that you guys have got a lot. Okay, you have achieved a lot in your life, and congratulations about that, because it's not easy to even get here, right? But now you're probably asking, now what? Okay, and you do have a dream. I do sense you have a dream. It might be a bit lofty according to you. It might be something that is not tried and tested. Okay, and it does seem not at all like the dreams that other people have. Like, if you see, there are people who are satisfied in drinking from all these bowls, but you are the one carrying the big bowl and you are right in front of the light. So this dream of yours or this wish of yours, pile number one, is something that is been being guided by the light. I mean, you could have settled for all this. I sense you are here, okay? But you want to carry this, whatever this is. All right? You are being divinely guided to follow your instinct and power up your purpose. All right? I sense for some of you that with this card, this is also a number 9, okay? When it says power of purpose, okay, I feel that this is something that you've been wanting over and over and over again for quite a while. I mean, this is X marks the spot, okay? This is the target hit. So it's like no matter how many other achievements you actually have in your life, if you don't get this particular thing, you will not be satisfied. Because there's an arrow, that is hitting the target here, right? This is your wish. This is your wish fulfillment. I see a star here. Okay, so why settle for less? Why settle for less, they're asking you, right? We are in a universe that tells us not to be limited. All right, this is only earth conditioning, 3D conditioning, that maybe you should just be happy with what you have, or maybe you should be satisfied with it, maybe you're being too greedy. Okay, but here they're saying that you know you, until and unless you don't get this, you're going to be circling around, wondering, why am I not happy? Your purpose, the power of your purpose, okay, it's almost like, when you actually have your eye on target, that is when you achieve it. All right, there is a lot of power in your purpose, in your intention. So make that intention, trust that instinct, pile number one. All right, because you are going to hit the target. This is your wish fulfillment. Okay, and they want you to know this, right? It might seem unachievable, but there is immense power in your purpose, right? If you have a purpose and you intend it, the universe will conspire to bring it to you. I'm even seeing with this that that it might be that you might have tried to break away from this or get away from this in the past, maybe even in past lives, I sense. Okay, but you keep circling back to wanting this. You keep circling back because it is your fate. It is something that you can achieve, and that is the reason why your instinct keeps pulling at you. It keeps pulling you, it keeps drawing you right back to this thing that you want. So don't ignore it, guys, right? It says, just as natural gravity draws all rivers to the sea, so you can trust your instincts to lead you to your goal. Just follow your own flow. So it's almost like gravity. Here also I'm seeing this like a magnet. All right, it's like a magnet keeps attracting you guys, but you are like sitting here because you're like maybe not very convinced that everybody else is doing something normal, something ordinary like you have, and you have achieved so much. Why should you throw it all up and go for something like this, whatever that is? Please apply it as it fits. All right, but this light, this magnetism, this radiance is not going to leave you, pile number one, until you do not step in that direction. I sense for a lot of you, this is something that you might have wanted for lifetimes. I mean, it could be anything. Please apply that as it fits. But until you don't reach this target, you keep repeating the same pattern of coming back to this once again and again and again. Okay? Now, the second scenario that I'm getting when I see this card is, for some of you, okay, it is about breaking patterns. All right, I feel that with the Emperor card and this card, the power of purpose, okay, I'm seeing that you have a certain mindset possibly about something. I mean, it could be about some situation or something like that in your life, or a person, or an idea. You are a bit rigid about it. All right, and hence you are not getting to this wish fulfillment. Okay, now they are saying that this rigidity that you have is a sort of pattern that you need to break. All right, because the spiral to me is reminding me of a pattern. All right, you need to break a pattern, and you will do this by listening to your instinct, by trusting your instinct. And when you do that, you are going to get what it is that you want. Okay, you are going to crack the code, you are going to crack it, whatever this is. All right, so for some people, you might be going round and round in circles about something, always getting to square one. Okay, and there's no progress. The reason that there's no progress is because somewhere there is rigidity that is set in. You guys need to get out of your logical brain and start listening to your instincts. All right, that is when you're going to break this pattern, and this is definitely a pattern. I sense it's a pattern going on from past lives, where you don't get to your wish fulfillment because you get stuck at this rigidity. All right, maybe a fear of losing whatever you have acquired, being a little narrow minded in your thinking, better safe than sorry, that sort of thing. So to break the pattern, pile number 2, for the second scenario, you need to go with your intuition, your gut. What is magnetizing you? What is attracting you? Right? Go with it. Even if it doesn't seem logical at that point, go with it. Okay? I'm not saying take a blind leap of faith. You should always have a backup plan, I sense, okay, if possible, as much as possible. But if you don't try, how do you know? If you don't try, how will you, reach your wish fulfillment? They are asking me to ask you that. If you step out of your comfort zone, if you don't step out of your comfort zone, how will you know what is out there? Trust in the divine. Trust in the light. Trust in your heart. Trust in your power of purpose. Okay? So pile number 1, I think it's time to get out of your comfort zone and do something different. All right? Go after your purpose, whatever that is. Okay, let's go to pile number 2. All right, so pile number 2 is the green aventurine. Reflections. Life tends to mirror back to us our internal experiences through the subtle signals we send out. If you want to change your world, first change your mind. Eight of Pentacles. Two of Wands. Smoke and mirrors. Okay, so pile number 2. What is the message from the beyond for you today? Okay, so pile number 2, what I feel is your message is that I think some of you or most of you are either stuck in making a choice or a decision, okay, or you're absolutely confused about, what it is that you want to do in your life, okay. I sense for most of you, it is like everything seems like smoke and mirrors, okay. Everything seems to, you feel that nothing is permanent, okay. Everything seems to just wash away like the tide. There is no stability, there is no comfort, everything is just an illusion, sort of. So there is this feeling when I see this card, it's almost like, there is a feeling that where do I go? I mean, everything is so confusing. Which direction do I go? And I sense, because maybe for some of you, this confusion about what path you should take has been there for a while, and hence it has started reflecting in your outer world as well. Okay, because it says life tends to mirror back to us our internal experiences. You are confused and life is showing you further confusions. Maybe you're not able to decide, about which path to take. Maybe you just keep working and working, okay, but you just don't seem to get anywhere, okay. There is a feeling of being stuck. There is a feeling of being in illusions, as though there seems to be no direction in life, okay. Now, what they're asking you to do is basically to change your internal world. Okay, you need to start working on your internal world first. Do not target the external world first, target the internal world, because the reason that all this confusion is happening in your life is because internally you are not clear about what it is that you want. Internally there is a lot of confusion, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. Okay, and so no matter how much you work in the external world, it just doesn't seem to give any kind of produce, right, any kind of significant growth, because internally there is a lot to sort out. All right, there is a lot to sort out. The moment you start working on your internal world, your external world is going to start clearing further and more and more and more. Okay, now you have to make that choice. With the Two of Wands here, I sense you have to make that choice, to actually go within. All right, now this could be in any which way. Okay, you could do that through getting into spirituality. You could do that by getting a mentor. I am seeing another figure here, so you could do that by getting a mentor who can help you out with that. You can do it by meditations, whatever it is. All right, it's almost like you need to light this flame inside you so that you can see beyond the smoke and into the mirror. And that is when you start seeing beyond the mirror, the smoke, when you start looking into the mirror and the picture gets clearer, is when your life is also going to start transforming. Swans are for transformation, and this one has transformed. And this transformation is going to happen only when you start working within yourself. All right, because I sense that you guys are a little directionless at this point. Now, the other advice that's coming through here is to go with your passion, go with your light. If you're confused about something, about your next steps, about what you want to do, the simplest thing to do is to go with your heart, because that is where your intuition lies. Okay, contrary to popular opinions about how to tap into your intuition, the easiest way that I have personally experienced is to go with your heart. Go with your passion. All right, now I'll give you a small example. So for example, you have like a good cushy job, that is paying you very well, right? But you're not happy, you're confused, you're directionless, you're doing work, but it just, there's just this feeling of total confusion. All right, whereas on the second path, we have really liking how to write. Okay, maybe you're a good writer. I'm just giving an example. Please plug in whatever you seem is fit. If you're a really good writer, okay, that is your passion. It could be the smallest of things, the most weirdest of things. I have seen people make businesses, out of the smallest and the most strangest of things. And I'm sure you must have heard those kind of success stories as well. So they're asking you to identify what is it that you really like. Okay, it could be as simple as a hobby. Maybe you like listening to music, and once you start listening to music, you get further inspiration because it increases your positive energies. And once you get further inspiration, maybe you'll start having plans. You'll start generating a plan of action about what you want to do in the future, right? And once the plan of action is generated, you start working on it, right? And once you've started working on it, the smoke is going to clear, you can see beyond the mirror, and your life has got a direction. Your world is changed. It says if you want to change your world, first change your mind. Okay, so take it step by step, pile number two. Okay, it's very essential for you at this point to find your what ignites your passion, right? It could be the smallest of things. You don't have to quit your job for it. You can do it on the side. You don't have to quit your work for it. You don't have to quit anything. Just start with something really small, because when you are doing something that you really like to do, it increases your positive vibrations. And when your positive vibrations increase, you start becoming clearer, you start planning, you start doing, and it's almost like a ripple effect. It's like a vortex of energy that keeps growing and growing and growing. All right, you guys need to work on your inner world, pile number two, so that your life can come into alignment. Okay, so that you can look beyond the mirror and you can see. For some of you, now this is another scenario that I'm getting. And this is something very spiritual, okay? So, if it doesn't apply, please don't, take this. But I don't know, if some of you are trying like crystal gazing or crystal ball gazing or scrying or looking into tools or modalities to look into future divination, something like that, they're asking you to go within first. They're asking you to go within and then do the work, because I feel some of you guys are probably just depending on other people to teach you this skill, but this skill is not something that is taught externally. It is something that you discover internally. So this is a lot like the Hermit card, where you go deep within and look at your inner capabilities to reach this thing. All right, it's also possible there might be a very significant friend or mentor or companion who can guide the way for you to achieve this goal that you have. All right, of looking beyond, looking into the future, something on those lines. Okay, that was a small side note for people who are very spiritual. Okay, so this is what I'm getting for you guys, pile number two. Okay, so now let's go to pile number three. All right, so pile number three is the clear quartz. Finding your way. When the mists come down and you can't see far ahead, just stay focused on where you want to be rather than how you'll get there. And you will get there. Okay? So this is the moon card of the tarot. This is the 8 of Cups. And seeing beyond. Okay. Okay, as usual, I think my pile 3 is one of those spiritual ones. Okay. So we have two number 9s here. So you are just one before completion. Okay, something is getting completed here. Now pile number 3, I feel you guys might be at this time in this energy of 8 of Cups. Okay, there is a feeling, I think, there is something you want, I sense. You seem very submerged in this ocean. Okay, it's almost like this person is drowning in their emotions. All right, and there is this cup that they see here, and they probably want to get to that cup because they want something that the cup holds for them, but somehow you're not able to get yourself out of this emotion. And it's almost like, there are lotuses growing here, and they say that, the lotus is a flower that grows from dirt. So there is some negative energy here. You're unable to pull yourself away from certain emotions, I think, that are kind of bringing you down. Okay, I am sensing that kind of an energy. It might even be something, related, something that is spiritual test, I'm hearing. Okay, because this is a lavender card, purplish card, so it's almost like it's a spiritual test. Okay, it is something which is, like, I see roots growing on this person's head. So it's almost like, you have tried to break out of this, through lifetimes possibly, or maybe for a very long time. All right, you need to clear the weeds. Okay, because these are all your doubts and fears and worries and, things like that. For some of you, I feel, if we look at the traditional meaning of the Eight of Cups, it means you have walked away from something that you had invested in. Okay, it might have been, something in the field of work, or relationships, or something like that. Now I feel that, there are these blue flowers growing here, and they look very bright, and they look very significant in this whole dull environment. Okay, you have your eye on them, you know that you can get there, but something keeps pulling you back. Okay, so I feel that you guys, they want to reach here, but you are unable to reach here for some reason, maybe because of the negative energies. Okay, now they are asking you to see beyond this situation. All right, when I see the card beyond, and then the moon, and then finding your way, it's almost like you have walked away from something, pile number 3. Okay, but you don't know where you're going. All right, some of you are still struggling with getting out of that kind of sticky situation, stagnant situation. But some of you who have all, this is the card after the Eight of Cups, right? After the Eight of Cups comes the Nine of Cups, but we don't know the journey from the 8 to the 9. What path did the person in the Eight of Cups take to reach the Nine of Cups? This is, there are 2 number 9s here, right? You are on a journey to your Nine of Cups, to your wish fulfillment. All right, but I sense with this pile that you don't know the way, because it's a journey of the unknown. You have taken a leap of faith, you have taken a step into the unknown, and now everything seems blurred. Everything seems kind of like, when I look at this moon card, it might be very confused. It might be a very confusing time for you guys at this time, because you have traveled all this distance. I think you have gone by your intuition a lot, because I am seeing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moons here. All right, so it's almost like, you have mostly done things via your intuition here, trusting spirit, trusting your guides, etc. All right, and you have reached thus far. Okay, and now I sense you looking up and asking for direction. All right, with this person holding this this earth here, I feel that it's almost like, there is something, maybe your path is something to do with your life purpose, or somehow it affects your affects the planet, something on those lines. Or it could even be something about your whole life, basically your life path as such. So it's almost like you've changed your life path, pile number 3. Okay, and you've traveled all this way purely by intuition. Okay, but now at this moment I feel you're a little stuck. Okay, with this card and with this card, because I'm seeing like an octopus kind of creature, and octopuses are like sticky things, right? And I see this person kind of like submerged in this mud or this ocean or whatever it is, right? So I sense that this is you guys asking for some sort of guidance, okay, about your path, about your journey. They are saying that when the mists come down and you can't see far ahead, you cannot see far ahead here, right? Here. Okay, they say just stay focused on where you want to be rather than how you'll get there, and you will get there. Okay, so pile number 3, the message for you is to not lose focus and live your dream, your path, wherever you are headed, to live it as though you're already there. Okay, this is a lot to do with manifestation. All right, it says just stay focused on where you want to be rather than how you'll get there, right? Because how you'll get there is not in your hands. How you'll get there is in the realm of spirit, in the realm of God. Okay, a lot of times, us as humans get a little trapped, in the whys and whens and hows and, all of that stuff. But that's not something that, you need to bother about. Sometimes things work out miraculously. All you have to do is take that first step. And I sense, pile 3, you have taken that step. It's just that, maybe at this time you're just questioning your faith, you're questioning your path. Okay, they are saying that when you feel that way and you can't see where you're going, they're saying just keep your eye on your dream. All right, there was a reason that you have this dream. Dreams, I feel, are subconscious flashes that your soul gives you about your path, about your true path in life. Okay, those dreams could be ridiculous, okay, but they are achievable. Okay, and the best thing, the best quote that I don't know where I heard it, is that there is nothing which is impossible in the dictionary of the universe. All right, so they are saying to keep your eye on the goal, act as though it's there, and you will get there. All right, I am seeing with you guys that there is light dawning here. Okay, and so you are near the light. Okay, it is, and with these now 2 number 9 cards here, it is one before completion, right? We are seeing that it's very near, the light is very near, but you still have to traverse this forest. And it's not easy, it's kind of scary traversing a forest. But yet, there is light, there is guidance. You have guidance, pile number 3, okay? With the moon here, with the light here, you have guidance. And last but not the least, seeing beyond. All right? I'm literally seeing this as you visualizing your goal as reached. All right? Like almost picturing during your meditative times, or even without meditation, just daydreaming, okay, about how it feels when the dream has been achieved, right? So for example, if you are thinking of let us say being at a kind of job or something which lets you travel, which gives you the kind of compensation you want, which makes you sort of, feel on top of the world, start seeing it in your mind's eye, pile number 3. Okay, it's almost like you need to bring the stars in your eyes, to make your wish come true. All right, this is beautiful actually. And there is a triangle here, it's almost like a pyramid, and pyramids are very strong energy centers, very strong energy vortexes. Create that pyramid, open your third eye. Okay, start seeing your goal as manifested in your third eye, pile number 3. That is what the beyond wants you to know today. Okay, when you start believing that it is done, when you start acting, when you start seeing, when you start feeling, okay, that it is done, you are pulling in the energy closer and closer to achievement. All right, so this is very strongly speaking of law of attraction, or maybe just fastening. So this path you are taking to your dream or your manifestation, you are very close to completion. Okay, but to hurry it along, they are saying to start visualizing it. All right. So typically the way the law of attraction works is that you start visualizing how it is going to be when it is here. Once you visualize, you start feeling it. Once you start doing that more and more and more, your heart starts opening and believing that it is going to happen. All right. And then it happens, because law of attraction is all about believing and succeeding, right? So pile number 3, you guys need to do some manifestation. You need to also, I do feel that for some of you, there is also a message coming through that, if you are in the stuck situation, some confusing situation, some hurtful and sad situation, they are asking you to see beyond that, all right? To see beyond even 3D reality, I sense. Okay, to use your intuition in this situation and see that you don't need to be stuck in these negative energies, or something that undermines you. They are saying that you will find a way if you actually look beyond. All right, look through your intuition. It is going to tell you that this situation that you are stuck in, if whatever situation it is, it does not seem very good. It's if you learn to see from a higher perspective, you will see that it is something very temporary. I do sense you guys are very emotional about something, extremely emotional, just getting stuck in emotions, right? They are asking you to get a higher vantage point, a more spiritual outlook, okay? So that you can get out of this situation. Because I think, some of you, this is for some of you, some of you are unable to understand why this happened. It's almost like questioning the universe that, what did I do to get so stuck? And how do I get out? Why does it happen to me? Okay, they are saying, look from a higher vantage point. Now, however that higher vantage point comes to you guys, maybe it is by reading something spiritual, maybe it is by, listening to pick a card readings or motivational speakers or whatever it is, okay? Look beyond, guys. Look beyond this 3D reality, this situation, this person, or whatever it is. Look beyond that and you will find a way. Okay, you are going to find a way out of this stuck situation. That is a promise. It might seem very misty right now, okay, but there is a future ahead and it is very bright. Pile number 3. Okay, so if you feel that nothing's ever going to come out of it, they're asking you to look beyond this situation, okay, and understand that life is always about change. Okay, so if it's a bad time, that is also going to change. Look beyond the situation, because you're very near to getting out of this. So keep going, guys. Okay, so what else do I see? Do I see... I am seeing a lot of the elements here, the natural elements. I'm seeing, the, what do you call it, the sun, the stars, the moon. So there is something very divine about this path that you are on, or this situation that you are on, okay? It is something that is supported by the elements, by spirit, okay? It is a path that your soul has chosen to take, all right? It might seem very strange to you. Pile number 3, it might seem like a very out of ordinary path, and it could even feel like it's something totally beyond, all right? But they're saying that, go with your intuition. And maybe you got stuck somewhere, on this path, but they're saying keep going, because your path is unique, all right? Your path is unique, and you need to keep your eye focused on the goal, all right? You need to see beyond, keep going beyond, because this path leads into the light, okay? I don't know for whom that message was, but it could be very specific to only just one or two people. But this is also what I get. Okay, so with that, I'm going to close, guys. I hope you found this useful. Bye bye.